I was working on the yoga exhibition that you see downstairs, and this is not going to be an overview of the show, but instead just a few anecdotes of my personal journey through the last couple of years as I've been working on this. As many of you already know, the exhibition was originated and organized by the Smithsonian. And here, as you can see in the slide, the upper one, the exhibition was there in DC, and it was my job to figure out how to make it unique for San Francisco and for this museum and for this audience. For months, about 8 months now, been working with floor plans, with spreadsheets, looking at spaces that had Korean art in it, and trying to think of it as it was an abstract, conceptual thing. About a month ago, it was a month before opening, the exhibition started to become more real. Objects started to arrive in crates, the galleries were built out, objects were unpacked, and condition checked, and started to be installed. It's a very unglamorous process of installation, a lot of detailed work by a lot of people. And, but slowly the galleries start coming into shape and the magic unfolds. The art comes into place, and but a few days before opening, the real magic really comes apparent. Work lights go away, the lighting designer finishes his job, and then people start coming in to look at the art, to read, to engage with the artworks, and to engage with each other in that process. And that's really gratifying. Well, along the way, there are many big and little surprises. And for example, this yogini, who I have absolutely loved since I've seen it, it's been on my office door for months now. When I saw it in DC, I was disappointed, or rather surprised and let down, because she was way smaller in physical size than I expected her to be. And which shows how perspective shifts when you keep looking at these sort of thumbnail images. But her power and her monumentality is greater than physical size. I'm an art historian. I love paintings. I love Indian art. And here's another example of an image that I loved in a book. And it really came to life in magical ways when I saw the painting unpacked and looked at it more closely. Along the lines as well of this exhibition, there were some topics that rose to my attention more than others, and one of them was this relationship between yoga and power, and the paradox therein. Power not only in supernatural powers, as in yogis being able to fly, but the questions of how renunciates, who are supposed to be detached from material and secular worldly attachment, is not the only side of the story, and that there are many, many other aspects of yoga in its rich history. And a painting like this, for example, where two rival groups of yogis are in armed combat because they can't agree on who gets the better spot at the pool on the day of a lunar eclipse, and who's better situated to get more gifts and alms from devotees who visit. Power relationships also that work through politics and religion, and a thread that we see even in our everyday lives throughout the world, where there's a very delicate balance that is sought between politics and religion. A painting in this example too, where the ruler of Mewar in Rajasthan comes down after a tiger hunt and presents his dead tiger to his guru as a respect of that authority and reciprocity. And then the art historian in me kicks in and can't stop looking at this painting for the wonderful range of perspectives and the ways of seeing and visualizing the world that it presents to us, where it goes in various directions. Back on a personal note, I learned my first experience of yoga was in the 1980s. I grew up in Karachi, Pakistan, in a Muslim family. But my experience through yoga was my dad's books. Richard Hittleman made his way to Karachi, Pakistan in the 80s. And when I moved to San Francisco, it was the yoga studios. And my art history background exposes me to these various historical types of yoga practice, which got me really thinking a lot and an ongoing process of where are we now? How does the past inform the present? How does the present relate to the past? And what are our various relationships and ways of navigation and understanding our place of where are we with yoga today? What does yoga mean to us? And each time I try, I think I've got it. I rethink and find new ways of looking at this material and finding myself continually surprised and continually energized and renewed. And I hope that having seen the exhibition, the artworks, the ideas in there, does that for you as well. Keep that surprise and energy going. Thank you.